Okay, good day, grade 8. So today we're diving into another exciting topic in science. So brace yourselves and get ready to learn, explore, and enjoy this amazing discussion together with Sir Wowie. I'm still a bit under the weather and my voice may sound different because of my cold, but don't worry, I can manage. So let's make the session fun and meaningful. So today we'll discuss another topic in science, which is the pattern of inheritance. And I hope that you already know or you are familiar with the word inheritance. We will trace how the a particular trait is passed from the parents to the offspring. Okay, so before we proceed, don't forget to read the learning competency. The first one describes simple patterns of inheritance in organisms. The second one represent patterns of inheritance of a simple dominant or recessive characteristic through generations of a family. Okay, so for the learning objectives, describe the family and analyze the common traits present. Second, describe patterns of inheritance through pedigree analysis. Okay, so at the end of the discussion, I hope that all of you can create a particular example of a pedigree. Okay, so for the first one, let's have a short review. So for teachers, you can still conduct this one. So you can clarify your students or our students if they have still question on the previous topic, which is the plant transport system. But since our time is very limited, so let's skip this one. Okay, so for trivia purposes this day, so our topic is about genetics. So what is genetics? Okay, so genetics is the study of how traits are passed from parents to the children. So basically, genetics is a branch of biology that deals with the study of heredity. Okay, so and what is heredity? So when we say heredity, it's the passing of traits from parents to their offspring. Okay, if you are wondering or if you're wondering how or what's the reason why you are like your parents or kamukha niyo yung mother, yung father ninyo. So, it's about heredity. Okay, so who is the father of modern genetics? No other than Gregor Mendel. So, Gregor Mendel is a scientist who discovered how traits are passed from parents to children using pea plants. And in our next discussion, I will provide to you the simple experiment of Gregor Mendel about pea plants. Medyo nakakatuwa yun at maganda rin na maipakita sa inyo. No, but for now, or for today, we will have a different topic. Okay, so for our first activity, okay, unlock the genetics words. Okay, so for the objectives, to identify genetics vocabulary words by decoding letter number codes. Worksheet, writing materials, ballpen and pencil is the materials that we need. For the instructions, read the following text and complete the table that follows. Ayan, so for the instructions, each code below represents a vocabulary word related to genetics. Use the alphabetical number of each letter to decode each word. For example, C is for 3, A is for 1, T is for number 20, okay, which if we will interpret it, 3 is for C, 1 is for A, and 20 is for T, which is cat. Okay, so meron lamang po akong paalala sa mga teachers. Medyo, pag ito yung activity na experience ko kanina, sobrang active ng mga bata. So, nakakaminsan yung sigaw, yung pag sir, kanina is nakaka-distract sa kabila. So, especially if may mga prizes, may reward kayo. So, yun lang. Sana ay na bigyan ko agad kayo ng paalala. So, are you ready, guys? So, for the first word, ayan. So, we have a clue here. A thread-like structures made of DNA. Okay, what's that? Correct. It's chromosome. chromosomes. Okay, so what is a chromosomes? Chromosomes are thread-like structures in cells that carry genes which give instructions for how our body grows and works. So for you to understand more about chromosomes, let's dive on it. So tiny thread-like parts inside cells that carry genes. So saan ba natin makikita ang chromosomes? Or where can we find a chromosomes? So within your cell, the basic unit of life. In our cell, we have the so-called nucleus. Okay, one of the organelle that can be found within the cell. And within the nucleus, we have the chromosomes. Okay, so this is what a chromosomes looks like. Okay, so observe that. And within your chromosomes, we can find your DNA, or also known as deoxyribonucleic acid, or in other words, the finger or the blueprint of life. Okay, and within your DNA, okay, we can find a portion known as genes. Okay, uh we will talk about genes later. Okay, it's a separate slide. Okay, so I hope that you understand what chromosomes is and what it looks like. Okay, so let's go back. So for the next word, what do you think? Okay, correct. It's genes, the fundamental units of heredity. And what is a genes? Genes are tiny parts of chromosomes that carry instructions for traits like eye color, height, and more. Like what I've said earlier, it's a portion of your DNA. And to understand more, okay, so genes, tiny parts inside our body that decide our traits like eye color or dimples. Other simple example of genes, like for example, your hair type. Okay, whether it's curly or straight hair. Your earlobe shape, that's an example of another gene. Or attached or detached earlobes. For a dimple, okay, presence or absence of dimples. Blood type, okay, so they have different blood types, right? A, B, AB, or O. So those are example of genes. The hair type, earlobe, dimple, blood type, and many more. Even your height, your skin color is an example of genes. Okay, so next, what about this one? Okay, correct. It's alleles. Okay, so what is an alleles? So alleles is different versions of a gene found at the same location or locus on homologous chromosomes. Okay, so to understand more about alleles, okay, so alleles is a different forms of gene like flavors of an ice cream, chocolate or vanilla. Okay, so for example, in a specific gene for your eye color, we have different possible alleles like brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes, hazel, or gray eyes. So those are possible alleles for eye color. Another a gene we have hair color. Okay, so there are possible alleles for hair color: brown hair, black hair, blonde hair, or red hair. So I hope that you understand what alleles is. Okay, so allele is different from a gene. Remember, a gene is a specific trait, while allele is a possible, okay, a trait in a particular gene. Okay, next. Okay, what about this one? Okay, it's a dominant. So trait expressed when present. Okay, so what is a dominant? A genetic trait that is expressed when present, overriding the expression of its recessive allele. Okay, so just remember this one. Okay, before I discuss this, I let's wait for the second word. Okay, so I hope that you can still remember the word dominant. The second one. Okay, correct. It's a recessive. So what is a recessive? A genetic trait that is expressed only in the absence of the dominant allele. Okay, so I hope that you can still remember the previous word, which is a dominant. So let's see what is a dominant trait and what is a recessive trait. This is a two-type trait that can be found in an organism. Okay, so This one. So a dominant, a strong gene that always shows up, even if there's a weak one within it or with it. So the recessive, a weak gene that only shows up when both genes are weak. So let's say I have an orange cat and gray cat here. Let's talk about their fur color. Okay, we have an orange fur and gray fur. Okay, and let's say that the orange fur is the dominant one and gray fur is the recessive one. Okay, in a dominant trait, we always use capital letters. And for recessive traits, we always use small letters. Okay, so for this one, we have orange fur and gray fur. Orange is the dominant and gray is the recessive. Okay, so um, tayo din yung pwedeng mag-decide kung anong letter yung possible nating gamitin dito. So, para sa orange, since we're talking about for, let's say we will use capital F. Okay, for a dominant allele. Okay, and then for gray 4, we will use small f. Okay, since it's a recessive gene or allele. So here, meron tayong three possible combinations. Okay, this one, two capital F, one capital F and one small f, and two capital F. Okay, so just remember, the dominant allele is the one that always shows up. Okay, and then the recessive gene or trait is the one that is masked by the dominant allele. So, pwede rin namang makita yung ating recessive trait kung ang kasama niya ay parehas recessive. Pero, pag ang kasama niya ay dominant trait, hindi talaga siya makikita. Okay, at ang laging na-express ay ang dominant trait. Okay, yun ang ating tatandaan. Okay, next. For this one, the genetic makeup. Okay, correct. It's the genotype. And what is a genotype? The genetic makeup of an organism consisting of the alleles it inherits from its offspring. So before we define this word or elaborate this, let's wait for its partner. Okay, so the second word, what do you think is this one? Okay, the observable traits, it's phenotype. Okay, so for this one, okay, the observable traits or characteristics of an organism resulting from its genotype and influenced by environmental factors. Okay, so let's see the main difference between a genotype and a phenotype. So earlier, binigyan ko kayo ng example, ng orange fur and gray fur ng cat. Okay, and gumamit tayo ng capital F and small f to represent the dominant and recessive trait. Okay, so here meron din tayong nakuhang combinations. This one, di ba? Okay, so makikita natin yung letters dito sa kabila. Okay, this one, this is the combinations that we get. Okay, and this one is known as the genotypes. Okay, so yung genotypes natin, yan yung mga possible combination of alleles na pwedeng makuha natin. Okay, whether it is expressed or hidden. Okay, so meron kasi tayong mga genes sa katawan na na-express natin. Meron namang nakatago lang. Okay, pag pinagsama natin yun, yun ay mga genotype. Okay, the overall makeup of an organism. So, ang phenotype naman, what we see outside. Kung ano lang yung nakikita natin, the expressed trait. Like this one, for example, yung 2 capital F, how can we express that? Okay, it's an orange fur. Okay, capital F and small f, it's an orange fur. So, 2 small f is a gray fur. So, walang pakialam yung ating phenotype dun sa lahat ng combinations or dala mong genes. Ang phenotype is yung interpretations at yung nakikitang trait mismo. Observable ng ating mata. Okay, while the genotype, it is the trait which is expressed or hidden, the overall makeup of an organism. So, I hope it is clear for you. Next. Ayan, what about this one? So this one, correct, it's a pedigree. Okay, so a pedigree is a diagrammatic representation of a family's genetic history showing the transmission of traits across generations. So tingnan natin, ano ba yung pedigree? So it is an example of chart. So pinapakita lang sa pedigree chart kung paano ba napapasa yung traits sa parents, sa offspring, sa next generations, and another generations. Yun lang po yung ibig sabihin ng pedigree chart. But instead of using pictures, dito kasi gumagamit tayo ng symbols. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so ayan, tingnan natin kung ano yung pedigree. Sorry. So, this one, a family tree that shows how traits are passed down. So, para mas magets natin yung pedigree, remember or memorize the symbol. So, for square or box, it is for male. Yung ating circle naman is for um, female. Ayan po, yung ating square is for male, yung ating circle ay para sa female. Nagulat lang ako, kulang yung aking symbols, ano? Pero dadagdagan natin. Yung shaded na circle, shaded na box is, ang ibig sabihin nun ay has the trait. Dala-dala. Pero yung unshaded na circle at unshaded na box doesn't have the trait. Okay, yun yung ating tatandaan. And let's say, gagawa tayo ngayon ng pedigree chart sa isang specific trait, brown hair. Okay, so let's say, ito, meron tayong couple. Yung father natin, shaded siya. Okay, ibig sabihin, siya yung may dala ng brown hair. Yung mother, o hindi. Okay, wala siyang dalang brown hair. Nung nagkaanak, meron silang naging dalawang anak. Yung lalaking anak, okay, meron bang trait na brown hair? Wala. Ang nagkaroon ng trait ay yung babaeng anak. Nung nag-asawa yung babaeng anak, nung napangasawa niya is wala ding dalang brown hair. Then nung nagkaanak sila, yung dalawang daughter may brown hair. And then yung isang lalaki nilang anak, wala. So this is an example of a pedigree. Okay, a pedigree chart. Okay, so I hope naman na pag magpagawa ako later ng pedigree chart, makakagawa tayo. Okay, ano, this is a simple, okay, simple pedigree chart. Okay, next. Ayan, next is, what about this one? Okay, correct, homozygous. And what is a homozygous? So, having two identical alleles for a particular gene, homozygous dominant or homozygous recessive. Okay, so let's wait for the next word. What about this one? Okay, heterozygous. So what is a heterozygous? Having two different alleles for a particular gene. Example, one dominant and one recessive allele. So let's elaborate the two. So homozygous versus heterozygous. A homozygous is two same genes for one trait. Heterozygous, two different genes for one trait. So from the word homo, okay, same. Hetero, different. Okay, so earlier, nagbigay ako sa inyo ng example, yung orange fur and gray fur. Gumamit nga tayo ng capital letter and small letter to denote the dominant and the recessive trait. Okay, so meron tayong three possible combinations na nakuha. Yung dalawang magkaparehas na F na capital, dalawang magkaparehas na small f is homozygous ang tawag natin doon. Pero, yung 2 capital, it's a dominant. Yung small is a recessive. So, papalitan natin siya ng pangalan. It's a homozygous dominant, yung capital. And then, yung 2 small naman is homozygous recessive. What about the middle? In the middle, syempre, that's the so-called heterozygous carrying 2 different alleles. One dominant and one recessive. Okay, so okay na tayo doon. Sige. Napakadali lang naman, ano? So, next. What about this one? Correct, it's a Punnett square. Okay, so what is a Punnett square? A diagram used to predict the possible genotype combinations of offspring from a genetic cross between two parents. Okay, so actually itong Punnett square ang pinaka-favorite part ko dito sa genetics kasi nakakatuwang humanap or maghanap ng mga predictions or gumawa ng predictions about the possible combinations. Okay. So, later natin elaborate itong Punnett square. What about the next word? Correct. It's genotypic ratio. Actually, dapat di ko muna ito sinama, no? So, the genotypic ratio is the ratio of different genotypes produced by a genetic cross, representing the probability of each genotype occurring among the offspring. So, kinukuha naman natin ang genotypic ratio kapag nandun na tayo sa Punnett square, kapag nagko-crossing na tayo. Okay? So, next, what about this word? Correct. Phenotypic ratio. Okay. So the ratio of different phenotypes produced by a genetic cross representing the probability of each phenotype occurring among the offspring. Okay. Similar din. Ito yung mga observable traits na nakuha natin dun sa Punnett square pag tayo ay nag-problem solving na. Hindi ko muna to masyadong elaborate. Meron kasi itong separate discussion. Okay. Next lesson actually, lesson 4. Okay, so next one, this one. Okay, monohybrid. So, monohybrid is a type of Punnett square actually. Okay, wherein in a monohybrid cross, a genetic cross that involves one trait to study how it is inherited from parents to offspring. For example, nag-asawa yung may brown hair and blonde hair. Ano yung mga possible offspring nila? Ano yung color ng hair ng mga possible offspring nila? At mas madali itong monohybrid kasi isang gene or trait lang yung ating minimeasure dito. Okay. Next. What about this one? Dihybrid. Okay, correct. So dihybrid cross is the genetic cross that involves two different traits to observe how they are inherited together from parents to offspring. So kanina mono, which means one. Ngayon naman di, okay, which means two. So kung kanina isang trait lang yung minimeasure natin, dito dalawa na. Which is medyo mahirap. Okay, very challenging ang dihybrid. Pero kung mas makikinig kayo sa teacher ninyo, madaling magigess. Ano? So, a gene match for trait only. Okay, a gene match for one trait only, like just eye color, monohybrid. Yung dihybrid natin, a gene match for two traits of ones, like eye color and height. Okay, so ito yung ating Punnett square for monohybrid. Simple, 4 boxes. Ano? And ito namang sa dihybrid is 16. Medyo napaka-komplikado. At pag tayo nakakuha na ng mga possible offspring dyan, nakapaglagay na, doon na natin ipapasok kung or kukunin ang genotypic ratio, phenotypic ratio. And for additional info for that, in genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratio, we can use ratio or fractions. Pwede ring percentage, depending on the instruction of the teachers, kung sino man yung teacher natin. So, additional, the Punnett square was created by Reginald Punnett to help us see the possible genetic combinations of traits from parents to their offspring. It's like a prediction chart for inheritance. Okay, so I hope that you already know this. Babalikan pa naman natin to. Ito yung pinaka-favorite ko kasi, monohybrid and dihybrid. Okay, how about this word? Correct. Okay, probability. Ayan. So, the likelihood or chance of particular outcome occurring often expressed as fraction or percentage. So, dito naman sa probability natin is, ito lang yung question dun sa Punnett square. Like, for example, what is the probability of having a white offspring? Or what is the probability of having a purple flower? Ganon. So, bibilangin lang naman natin at ine-express lang ang probability in percentage. Pero make sure, tama kasi yung tama yung pagko-cross natin. Kasi once na namali tayo ng crossing, nako, delikado tayo sa genotypic, phenotypic ratio, and probability. Talagang mamamali yun. Okay? So, I hope that you already know this word. So, tatandaan natin from chromosome to this one. Ayan, so for our next activity, trait hunt in my family. So para mas ma-met natin ang learning objectives, mga teachers, pwede natin itong ipagawa sa mga bata. So, okay, meron akong worksheets dito. Okay, this one. Okay, mas maganda kasi ito sa classroom na lang ipagawa. And after this activity, okay, ayan, so dito sa ating worksheet, paliwanag ko lang. Dito ang gagawin is, ask your parents or other family member if they have these traits. So, checkan lang ng mga bata yung kung meron ba. Okay, and then, write about it. What trait is common in your family? Okay, sa mga bata. Okay, para sa grade 8. So, pwede kayo mag-print ng worksheet. Okay, pwede rin yung ipasulat ito kung wala talagang printer. Okay, para ma-met natin yung objectives natin kanina, Kasi nag-vocabulary words lang naman tayo. Ayan, so pagkatapos natin nito, okay, ma-accomplish itong activity. This one naman, classroom trait survey. Students will observe how certain traits appear among classmates and discuss which traits are common or rare. So dito sa third activity, let's find out which traits are common in class. Okay, checkan lang din yan or bibilangin pala rather ng mga bata kung ilan yung mayroong dimples, freckles, curly hair, tongue rolling, widow's peak, hairline, and then lalagay nila dun sa guide question natin which trait is the most common, which is the rarest. Okay. So, and then after this one, pedigree puzzle. Para mas maano natin, maladerize natin ng mga bata. Students will interpret a simple pedigree chart and identify who inherits a particular trait. So, may worksheets din tayo. I-brief nyo na lang din kung ano yung pag male, box. Pag circle naman is female. Pag may shade, nandun dala-dala yung trait. Pag walang shade, wala doon yung trait. Okay, so ito naman yung ating simple pedigree example. Okay, who has dimples? Di yung mom and sister, ano? Does your mom have dimples? Yes. Could you have inherited dimples from your dad? No. Who does not have the dimples? Of course, your brother and your dad. So, parang ganun, simple, ano lang, analysis. And after you present this pedigree, the last activity, make your own pedigree. Ito yung pinaka-pick ng ating discussion. So, papagawa natin ng pedigree yung ating mga bata. Okay. So, students will apply their understanding of traits and inheritance by creating a simple pedigree chart using their own family. Okay, pwede rin by partner ito, ano, kung talagang nagmamadali tayo sa discussion. So, ito yung ating worksheet. Create your own pedigree for one trait. Example, sila ang pipili ng trait na gusto nila. Papiliin natin yung mga bata para, okay, para may free will sila. Step 2, draw your family pedigree below. Use the symbols. Ano, okay, so then yung pedigree drawing. So, ilagay na lang natin 3 generation. Let's say, nag-start sa grandparents. Then yung kanilang parents. And then sila. Okay. And then, write 2 to 3 sentences. Explain how this trait appears in your family. Okay, so, ayun. So, para ma-met natin yung ating objectives kanina. Okay, so ito lang yung sa atin sa pattern of inheritance. Ha? Baka naman kung ano pa yung ating ano. Kasi nandun sa ating mga learning competency yun lang din naman. Okay, so ready na tayo sa quiz? Okay, so the first one, what is a pedigree? So a pedigree is, okay, correct. It's a diagram showing genetic relationship within a family. The next one, who is considered the father of genetics? Of course, it's Gregor Mendel. Okay, so the third one, what is a genotype? Okay, it's the correct, the genetic makeup of an organism. And the next one, what is a phenotype? Correct, it's the, no, it's not the genetic makeup ha. Correct, this one. Na hindi ko lang napalitan ng, what do you call this? Answer, tamang sagot. So, what is a phenotype? It's letter B. Okay, number 4 is letter B. Correct ha? The observable traits of an organism. Okay? Hindi po A ha. Yung A is yung genotype yon. Nakakuha? Thank you so much. Sorry for the error. Balta na lang natin yan. Okay, so what is a dominant trait? Next one. What is a dominant trait? So a dominant trait, correct, it's letter B, a trait that is always expressed overriding the expression of its recessive allele. Tama yun. Okay. Number 6, what is a recessive trait? Okay, a trait that is always expressed? No. A trait that is expressed only in the presence of a dominant allele? No. A trait that is expressed when both alleles are dominant? No. A trait that is expressed only in the absence of the dominant allele? Correct. It's letter D. Number 7, how are the genes defined? Segments of RNA, segments of DNA, regions of the cell membrane, units of heredity. Of course, it's letter B, segments or portion of DNA. Number 8, what is the role of genes in heredity? They determine the environment in which an organism lives. Aba. They influence the observable traits of an organism. They control the growth and development of an organism. They have no role in heredity. Okay, ano kaya? Let's letter B, correct. They influence the observable traits of an organism. Number 9, what does a pedigree analysis show? The genetic makeup, the observable traits, the transmission of traits within a family, the environmental factors affecting an individual. Correct, it's letter C, the transmission of traits within a family, how a particular trait is uh, transmit or inherited through generations. Number 10, Punnett Square is named after A. Charles Darwin, B. Gregor Mendel, C. Reginald Punnett, and D. James Watson. What is your answer? Correct. It's Reginald Punnett. Okay, so I hope that you learned something for today. Thank you so much. Okay, na kahit ako yung may sakit is ito, pupustro pa din natin. So yung PowerPoint natin, sige, kung sino may gusto, pwede naman akong i-chat or i-email na lang din. Same email lang po. Pero kung ayaw niyo naman, SD, okay lang din naman. Kasi actually, itong video na to, ginagawa ko or ginawa ko for my students. Kasi may mga struggling, may mga hindi makasabay talaga. So, it's like intervention for me para at least mabalik ka nila sa bahay. Ayun. Ayan. So, sige. Pag ako'y nag-email din ng PowerPoint, isasama ko na din yung worksheets para kayo na din bahala. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a nice day.